I got started in real estate 15 years ago, probably for the same reason that you want to. I had a burning desire to achieve true freedom in my life. On this video, I want to share with you how flipping real estate has provided for me 5 freedoms that have enabled me to live the life of my dreams and how I can do the same for you. Coming up. Hi, it's Jerry Norton, the nation's leading expert on flipping houses. And if you're new here and you want to make more money in less time flipping real estate so you can live your dream life, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon, and get notified when new videos are released. When it comes to living the life of your dreams, the why is more important than the how. I refer to this as your big why. Why do you want to learn how to flip houses? Why do you want a successful real estate business? You see, the why is more important than the how. Because without a big enough why, you just won't have the discipline to make the necessary sacrifices. You won't have the motivation to keep going when it's hard and you experience failure. But if your why is big enough, nothing will stop you. If your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. You see, for me, I grew up poor in rural Michigan. In my mid-20s, I was working in construction earning minimum wage. I had gotten married and I started a family, and I wanted so badly to provide for them a better life, and that's when I discovered real estate. Now, I didn't have any money or credit or skills, but I did have hustle, so I worked tirelessly around the clock before and after work, wholesaling houses in Detroit. Even though at the time I was barely scraping by, I saved all of the money I made wholesaling houses part-time until I'd saved enough money to replace 1 year's worth of income at my day job. And then I quit that job and I did real estate full-time, and within a few short years became a millionaire by the age of 30. And I haven't looked back since. Now, my wife and I continued growing our little family. Today, believe it or not, we're expecting our 9th baby. Now, I live in my dream house, I live my dream life, but it didn't happen accidentally. Now, we all know that money doesn't provide happiness, but it does provide opportunities, and if used correctly, those opportunities can lead to a happy and fulfilling life. Now, I'd like to share with you 5 freedoms that flipping houses has provided for me and how to help you clearly define your big why. But first, there is a huge lie that most self-help gurus teach, and that's to find your passion and to do work that you're passionate about. And I think that's misguided and bad advice. Rather, I believe that you should seek opportunities and then bring your passion to those opportunities. For me, real estate is a means to an end. Sure, I love houses and land and properties, but if I'm really honest, I'm more excited about the freedoms that flipping houses provides for me than I am about the actual business of flipping houses. But as a result, I want to be the best I can and bring my passion to the business. Now, what I love about flipping houses is, if done correctly, it can generate a lot of short-term cash relatively quickly. And if used wisely, that money can provide for you a dream life. The first freedom is time. Time is the most precious commodity that we have. I'm amazed at how many real estate investors and entrepreneurs quickly lose sight of this. Money can buy you more time. I use money to pay for things that I don't like to do or I don't want to do, both in my business and in my personal life. For example, I have a personal assistant that not only does my administrative work for my business, but also my personal life. She books flights, she schedules doctor's appointments, and orders stuff for me on Amazon. And I have a cleaning person and a landscaper and people that help my wife with homeschooling. Having high income from flipping houses has allowed me to reinvest into giving me more time freedom so that I can do the things that really matter in my life, like training to run a marathon or coaching my kids' sports teams or volunteering at my church and making videos like this one. How do you want to spend your time? What do you enjoy and love doing? Every week I evaluate my business and my life and I ask, are there things that I want to do, but I don't because of a lack of time? If the answer is yes for too many days in a row, I make drastic changes in my business and in my life. If you had more time, what would you do? Set that as one of your big whys for building a successful real estate business. Now, freedom number 2 that high income from flipping houses has provided me is experiences and memories. In our family, we love to travel as a family. We do trips sometimes for months at a time. Recently, I took my family to Switzerland and we had an amazing experience. Traveling is a big part of my why. A few years ago, my wife and I had a dream of traveling the country with our kids. So after 2 years of planning, we embarked on a full-time RV trip around the country for a year. That was an amazing experience that my kids will talk about for the rest of their lives. It was just us, no distractions. And subsequently, that year I hardly worked, but my real estate business made more money than any year previously. Now, freedom number 3 is having nice stuff. Now, I'd be lying if I say to you that a big motivator to make money flipping houses wasn't to have nice things. I want to live in my dream house and drive nice cars and have nice things, without a doubt. Early on, this was more of a priority than it is for me now. When we did the RV trip, I sold my 8,000 square foot house, my boat, my cars, and pretty much everything we owned, and it was so liberating to not have stuff to take care of. Today, I'm less interested in stuff, and I'm more interested in experiences and memories. The fourth freedom that real estate has provided for me and can provide for you is relationships. Most people have to be with people that they just end up with. They get a job and they have to work with people out of their control. Having the freedom to choose who I associate with and surround myself with is a huge freedom. I saw my life significantly improve when I was finally able to set the rules for who is allowed to have a relationship with me. Now I choose to only associate with people who align with those rules. I go out of my way to mastermind with people more successful than me. As a result, I have grown tremendously. Remember what Jim Rohn said: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you had complete control over who you associated with, what changes would you make? Who would you spend more time with, and who would you spend less time with? What if you could choose to only be with the people who helped you be your best self? Freedom number 5 is purpose. This is what drives most entrepreneurs to plow through challenges and the ups and downs. They have a driving force to make a difference. Steve Jobs said, "We're here to leave a dent in the universe. Otherwise, why be here?" I'll be honest, getting a contract on a house and then assigning that piece of paper to another investor and getting paid $10,000 in and of itself doesn't provide me a lot of fulfillment. But taking the experience and the knowledge and the skills that I've acquired and helping someone else change their life by learning how to flip houses is extremely rewarding. It's the reason why I built a multi-million-dollar house flipping training business. I want to have a big impact on a lot of people's lives. I feel like God has called me to do big things. This gives me purpose and motivation every single day. Does what you do have meaning? Does your life have a positive impact in the world? Do you feel a sense of satisfaction and significance? If you could flip houses and earn a 6 and even 7-figure income, how would you find purpose in your life? What did God put you on this earth to do? What causes do you believe in that if you had the time and money, you could really pursue? You need to answer these questions to define your big why. Look, here's the bottom line. In order to have true freedom in your life, you have to make enough money to provide those freedoms. And I personally believe that the fastest way to go from where you are today to the life of your dreams is learning how to flip real estate. Only because that's what's worked for me and so many others that I've helped along the way. But ultimately, it's not about the money, it's about having the freedom and the time to have, do, be, and give everything that's important in life. If you're not living the life of your dreams, take action right now. If you believe flipping houses can be the vehicle for you, and if you're able and you qualify and there's an opening, invest in my mentoring program, where I will personally work with you to build a 6 and even 7-figure business. There's a link to that in the description where you can apply. If you can't make the investment just yet, that's okay. I have a ton of free training and resources to help you get started. Check the links in the description box below. But start right now. Be as descriptive as you can. Let that big why provide the passion that you need to go to work on creating the life of your dreams. Now, I believe if you declare your big why, the universe will align to make it a reality. So leave a comment and share that with me in the comments. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm dedicated to helping you make more money in less time flipping houses so you can live that dream life. And I'll see you on the next video.